There we go. Uh, I'm live. Outstanding. My hair has never looked better, honestly. Thank you all for being here. Love y'all. Very happy everybody made it here today. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I got to show a little wall. You set this up a little better. I got it pointed this way, and it's still picking up the wall over here. How you doing, Alaska Blue? Jackie, glad everybody made it. I want to touch upon a couple things here really fast before we get started. One, my little bear, Woof, he's going to have on August 26th at noon his 100th birthday. Now, I have this on good account, okay? Wolf is seriously thinking about signing the contract in blood, puppy blood, to perform at his 100th birthday. I think he just wants to show up George Burns. I don't know. On good authority that if he, we're still going over the contract, but if it all adds up to him, he will perform on the 26th of August at his 100th birthday, and we would love for you to be there. Okay. Well, he wanted me to throw that out, so there you go. All right, let's see what else we have here. Oh, yeah. I got the way that I'm looking at this. A year and a half before an announcement is made concerning the suspect in Delphi. That's what I'm looking at. Okay? So, for a year and a half, I could repeat myself a lot. I could just sit here and repeat everything I've said. Or I could have a different channel and then only bring the Delphi news to this one. And that's what I am doing. I made a separate channel that I think as of right now has like 18 subscribers, maybe 19, 20, something like that. UCC1. So I will be just doing my regular videos over there. But this channel right here will only be for Delphi. All right? Thank you. So I will be having the UCC1, and that is at the link that was just given in the chat box. If you would like to subscribe to my regular channel, which will be my regular channel, please go there and subscribe. You're great. But I will not be talking about the Delphi case there. But on this channel, I will be talking about the Delphi case. So I wanted to roll over some persons of interest. Now, I already talked about GK and my stance on him. Okay? The guy's in Carroll County Jail. He's not in a different state. If they wanted to talk to him about a Carroll County crime, they'd be right in his face. Hey, Carroll County wants to know about this. I mean, his DNA, they would have everything, people. If it was GK, you would have heard about it over a month ago. Honestly, you would have. They're not waiting for him to confess. They have him by the BALLs. You see where I'm at? They would have that guy nailed. And again, anybody that's like, well, you don't have an open mind. An open mind must be like not fact-checking or knowing the criteria. You see where I'm at? That must be what it means. Because, look, man, if a person has a prior conviction, all right, of anything that they was arrested for prior to December 13th, 2017, they're not that person. Because Kim Riley told me the person had never committed a crime before. Maybe he has, but we can find no trace of it. Well, if they had been arrested prior to February 13th, 2017, they're not it. That's part of the criteria. You understand that? It's not about having an open mind. It's about fact-checking. There it is. You got to know the criteria. And if you know the criteria, you wouldn't be going to people's videos looking for answers. You would already know. You would already know the criteria. It wouldn't have to be explained. So, no, GK isn't. Now, we got this other guy in the news. We'll call him, what, PE? Let's talk about PE. P was killed in a standoff. All right. Now, I forget who it was because I had two different friends and a family member get a hold of me asking about this guy. And I'm like, yeah, he didn't do it, man. It took me less than 2 minutes to get on my case and go, oh, yeah, he was arrested before that. Huh, not him. But everybody else watches the news and goes, it's got to be him. Because one thing is for bloody well sure, it's not the guy Michael J. Katt says it is. UCC one is, I'll lay it out here for you because a lot of people on here, when I'm talking Delphi, kind of tell me that they like what I discuss politically. And that is what it's about. UCC one is a way to sign. You know what? I could sit here and explain that probably over the course of about 3 months is about how much info goes into that. But by signing into the UCC one, it does make you exempt from state and federal prosecution. If you know what to do. And that is what's important. It's not about signing on the line. It would be how you would defend yourself in court. So it is about freedom. It is about America. It's not about the United States. It's not about that corporate crap that you guys love. It's not about your master. It's not about them. It's about America, liberty, and freedom. You know what our founders gave to us? Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what I love. That's what's in here to me. Freedom, people. Man, I got 16 thumbs up. 16. And 28 people. Yeah, I knew this was a bad day. I knew it was. I knew it. You know what? Let me put it to you like this. A little bit ago, man, just prior to the show starting, I'm going to say 10 minutes ago, I'm like looking and I'm like, there's 2 people here? 2? I put this up on all of my social networks the other day. And an hour before that, I went on all social networks to say I was having a live show at 3 and 2 people are here. Last week, there was 18 at 7 minutes prior to. So I go to Facebook to see if anybody had even liked on my post. Not one person had even viewed it. Facebook does not want you to see that I have a live show. They don't want that. They don't want to pay the slaves. You see where I'm at? They don't want you to make money. You make money? Are you McDonald's? Are you NBC? Are you corporate America? Then shut your slave mouth and go back to bed. We're running the show, not you. Not you. You see? And that's how Facebook plays it. They ain't going to share that out. They ain't going to let people see it. Man, if you post stuff on Facebook or on YouTube right here, everybody will come back and go, I didn't got no notification. I didn't know you went live. I didn't know. Well, it's because they don't tell you. They don't want you to show up when I'm live. They don't want you to see that. They don't want it. They don't play it like that. Now, if I was out there talking like Clinton or, the Democratic, like, oh, hey, man, we all got to get on our knees for the LGBTQ. They need rights too, man. I don't care what their gender is. I don't even know what it is. If it ain't male or female, I'm a little lost. Must be all that white privilege or something. I don't know, man. Flowing through my ignorant brains. That is what bothers me. Thank you, Jackie. And yes, thank you very much for the donation. AJ Doman. Is that how you pronounce it? And if you have a question, AJ, please throw it up. I would be very happy to answer. And I will get right back to Delphi here right now. Let's see. What do we got next up here? Yeah. Somebody got a hold of me this week. AJ Dorman, thank you. Somebody got a hold of me this week and they said, yeah, I looked over the information you gave on your suspect, but he sexually assaulted a 77-year-old, so I know it ain't him. Ha! 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 I'm glad they're not investigating. I'm glad that they are not working for law enforcement. Oh, well, thank you very much, Jennifer. Thank you. Thank you very much. But I do try to keep it to fact and criteria and evidence. If it steps outside of that, I'm the first one to tell you. That is how I operate my channel. I don't go chasing down the next person of interest to make a big video, to make big views. No, I keep it right on fact. Because if it's not them and I know it ain't them, I'm wasting your time the same as I'm wasting my time. You see what I mean? I'm not here to waste my time. I'm here to give you information on this case. Real information. The real stuff. The stuff that you cannot see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Antonio. You rock. Aaron, it's good to be here. So that's what it is that I am trying to do here on my channel, is keep this, the facts straight, keep the evidence straight, keep it in criteria, and let you know what I believe. And you are welcome to share what you believe as well. I mean, like right here in the chat, if you got something that you believe on this, you're welcome to throw it up there. Okay. But if you question what it is I believe, or you say it can't be that person, then I need some evidence. I need evidence. I need a reason why it ain't my guy. I don't like people with feelings. People with feelings remind me of psychics, and I don't like them. I think they're full of BS, just like law enforcement. That's what I believe. Don't like it, psychics. They get feelings. Well, I feel that. I mean, you feel that. I'll tell you something. Don't get me started on feeling stuff, man. It is my guy. It is my guy for the obvious reasons. Allow me to cover some. He had handguns. He had handguns. Now, right off the bat in Delphi, one of the first things, and I wish I had my older channel going, because if it was, you would see that one of the first things I had said was the suspect likely had a handgun with him. Now, my suspect owned handguns and had a permit to carry. His brother lives in Fort Wayne, Indiana. He was having financial problems. He needed to talk to a family member. On the route between St. Louis and Fort Wayne, on Highway 25, the Hoosier Heartland route, lies Monon High Bridge Trail. Now I can place him there. I can place why he was there, the reason for his stopping, the reverse of Evansdale. I got that. I know. His motive, sexual. Sexual motive. 77-year-old, 53-year-old, a 9-year-old, an 11-year-old, a 13 and a 14-year-old. Now, a person can make of that, he likes older women. No, he hates females. Females. Female. That's what he's after. Has no thing about their age. I don't think he cares. I don't think he gives a squat. His is females. Sexual motive. And there it lies. He had handguns. He looks like the sketch. Now, I say that because I'm talking the first sketch. The one that wasn't BS, that's the one he looked like, okay? The very first sketch that they gave us. He was dressed like Bridge Guy. When he went into a Catholic supply store, got 3 women in the back, into a back room with a handgun, had them to perform upon him. The cashier refused. He shot her in the head, killing her dead. And then went ahead with the other 2 doing that and left him there and walked away. Middle of the day, just like Delphi. Middle of the day, just like Evansdale. Sexual assault, probably just like both of them. The man had never committed a crime before, had simply never been arrested. He had no DNA encoded. He had no fingerprints on file. Nothing. Nada. Just like the Delphi suspect. Now, if it's not my guy, And they got this new direction since April. Since April, they've had this new direction, with the new sketch. Yeah, man, he's probably 18 to 40 and lives right around Delphi. Think about this. Anybody out there good with math? Anybody? Throw up a yes if you can do math well. Say you have a high school diploma and you can and you graduated math. Throw up a yes. Right, you are some dumb people. You are some really dumb people. Okay, no, I'm kidding around. I don't think you're dumb, man. You guys watch my channel. It says something right there. Okay, now over 46,000 people have phoned in a tip. Okay, take that number, 46,000. The population of Delphi is 3,600. 3,600 people live in Delphi. 46,000 have phoned in. If that person was around Delphi and was from 18 to 40 years old, they would have been arrested within 1 week of the murders. There it is. I'll let you know that right now. Somebody would recognize that photo. You think they wouldn't recognize that photo? If he lived in town, everybody would have recognized that photo. He ain't from around here. He lives down in St. Louis, people. That's why. That's exactly why. He parked at the abandoned building. His car was not abandoned. His car was not abandoned because if his car was abandoned, law enforcement would have it and know exactly who it belonged to. That's why it was an abandoned building, not a vehicle. Oh, well, crap. That's somebody that wants me to call them. Shh, crap. Hang on a second. As irony would have it, it is my sister. And I told her, make a YouTube channel. So make a YouTube channel, sister. Quit throwing stuff on Facebook. So 46,000. If you divided that by 3,500, would go in like what, 10 times? Guy ain't from around here. He isn't. If he was from anywhere in Carroll County, Cass County, Howard County, Tippecanoe County, White County, if he was any of the surrounding counties, he would have been hammered by now. He would have been hit. The FBI would have had him in days. Now, see, that is exactly where you're wrong. You are telling me that a sexual predator will only do one or the other. And that, while I'm not going to call you a liar, I can say you can believe that if you like. You can believe that all you want. Some, yeah. Some young, some old, some middle of the road, some female. Now, if you're going to tell me that you're all that big into criminal behavior and you know better, woo, whoopty, woo, 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 go on about your time. Go on about your day. Because I happen to know that this guy does not play around like that. Otherwise, I'd say, well, why a 77-year-old and then a 53? Well, that makes no sense at all. Hooka, hooka, hooka. It ain't right. It ain't real. It's women, people. Women. Jay Keller, how you doing? Kokomo native. I'm a Kokomo native. I was born in Kokomo. You also believe Kokomo? What do you mean believe Kokomo? Well, the monster I'm talking about is, well, it's law enforcement's man, but I'm calling him mine because nobody else is going to. Nobody else wants to hop on that train. And I threw it out there. Hop on. Get on it now. It's leaving. It's already gone. Well, I got there fast. Left there kind of slow. Yeah, man, I'm sorry if anybody's buffering. Yeah, you know what? It's going to happen about every time I get on here and start talking, man. People start buffering. It'll go away in a minute. Just let it buffer, man. Let it buffer. Some are going buffer. You know what? I think that my internet kind of goes halfway down, probably for about 1 minute, about every, I don't know, because it'll do that if I'm working on it, man. I'll go to like YouTube, put in a thing, hit it, and it will take about 15 seconds to open the page. Thank you. And to that new channel, it is UCC1. Okay. He cannot be. I don't know why you're here. At this point, I don't know why you're here. You should be gone. You do not need to be listening to what I'm talking about, because I'm telling people the truth and you're on here just talking crap. Take off. Take a hike. Later, Michelle. Peace. Don't really care. See you. Why are you still here? Yeah, they did. Right. It was about an island, but it was a fake island. It wasn't a real island. And it felt the same. Man, quit correcting yourselves, man. Hey, look, I'm fluent in typoese. Man, I get it. So let me get back to Delphi here. Yeah, you know what? There is something else I wanted to say. On the mugshot of him down there in St. Louis, did anybody else recognize the fact that he had a black eye? Anybody? Man, cops dotted his eye, man. Bam! They let him have it. His eye right here, right there, dark as crap. So now, being the fact that he did the St. Louis crime, that's clear as mud. I mean, you know, you can look at it, yeah, he did that. Okay. And you know that having did that right there in St. Louis, and where did he live? In Imperial. He knew he wasn't getting away with that. He knew he was going to be arrested for that. He knew. He knew there was no way out for it, man. He knew he was going to be hit. I think that he was waiting for the cops to show up. And I think when they busted in early, I think he tried to fight. I think he tried to get to a weapon or something. I think that they kind of kicked his ass. A good solid one, you know? And again, I think that the whole of it down like that, because here was a guy that had never had the police called on him. Okay. And in 3 months' time, well, one was the 77-year-old. That was in October. No, wait. That was in September. Then in October, he was arrested on the highway. Not arrested. He was pulled over on the highway, but released. And then in November, 1 month later, he committed the Catholic supply store sexual assault and homicide. Now, I think that all that revolved around CC Moore. CC Moore. Because she could take the DNA and break that down to a family, right down to the person. That was unknown by him when these crimes were done. It was completely unknown. It wasn't even in the news. They had no thought of that. He had no DNA in the CODIS, and he felt very safe with that. But when he found out, man, that they had his DNA, and he knew he left DNA, when they found out that they could take that DNA and take it right down to the person, he knew he was hit for it. He knew he was going to be hit for it. He knew they was going to come knocking. He was playing a dangerous game at the end, man. It's like, I'm going out my way. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do what I want to do because I'm going to be hit in due time for this. That was the reason, I think, for the breakdown, man. The Catholic supply store. And so there's something about that too, man. Catholic supply store. Catholic. There's something to that. Now, Robert the Bruce was letting you know that. He was Catholic. You know, so I don't know why it would be a Catholic supply store. Man, unless he's not Catholic and then had something against Catholics. And you know how Christianity can be. They can be a little one-sided. You know what? I had a friend that was a Seventh-day Adventist, man, went to a Baptist church with me, and they wouldn't even let him get up and talk in front of the church. Oh, we ain't having that. He ain't a Baptist, man. Neither am I. Neither am I. I'm not a Baptist. Oh, Lancaster. Man, really? That's like Amish out there, man. All right. I ask. You're gone. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, Michelle. Peace. Well, guess what? Michelle ain't here to talk anymore. Bye. No, they didn't. They have not. Now, I did phone the Evansdale tip line. Okay. But I had a lot of information. So I'm telling the lady, and I'm giving her all this information. She stops me. She's like, wait a minute. She goes like, look, normally when somebody calls in, they have a name and they just have a brief amount, but you got like a large amount that you're giving me here. She goes, I think that you should call like one of the men that are working the case and tell them what you know. So I said, I tried that, man. I tried calling Evansdale Police Department. Nobody answered the phone. You know how cops are. They're probably out protecting and serving and other such crap. So anyway, she called him. She got the number for the head detective on that case. So I sent him an email and I said, all right, if you can just send me an email when you're in and can take your call. So he did that following Monday. I got a hold of him and gave him everything that I knew. He was the head guy on the case. Gave him basically everything that I have told you in my videos upon my reasoning, why, how, and so forth. So while I do have my name in on that, as far as the simple fact is that when I called, he was already arrested. The information that I gave them was probably information that they already had at that time. I will not get any reward money from Delphi or there, nor was I ever working to acquire that reward money, because there's no way for anybody to get that reward money unless you knew who it was. Unless you knew who it was, I know exactly who it is, and you called that in and they was arrested and convicted, then you would get the reward money. If you're sitting out here looking for someone, well, you got to hear it from somewhere else. You see where I'm at? That news is going through the pipeline long before it will ever get to you. When I heard about my guy, that was because St. Louis had called Carroll County to let them know what had happened. That's how I heard about it. That's how I picked up on it. That's why I investigated it right there. No, I didn't know that because it isn't true. He had never broken a law before. If he had committed sexual abuse 2 months before that, he would have been arrested 2 months before that. If he had been arrested 2 months before that, they would have had his fingerprints. They would have had him. He was not a pastor at that time. He was going back at Camp Girardeau, Missouri, but he was not a preacher at that time, but he was. And that's just really out there. That is, man, that a preacher, somebody that would have called themselves a preacher, that would go do something like that. Older lady, younger lady, any person, Why would a preacher do that? I think that he was a preacher because he wanted more control over people. I think it's about power and control to him. Yes, he is Was. I don't know that now he's still married. I'm pretty sure that she divorced him now, right after his arrest. But yes, he does have a wife and does have, I think, 2 kids that I am aware of. Yeah. But you know what? I really think that a lot of that revolved around the fact that when he got drunk, I don't think that he took no from a woman. You know where I'm at? I think that he had that secret part of his brain there. And when he was like that, when he wanted that, he was not taking of a no. You know, any kind of a no or non-compliance, you probably didn't make it. Those who did comply lived. Yeah. I mean, those who did what he said, man, they walked away. But, God, man, I mean, for a man to carry a gun and do that, it's inhuman. It's just not proper human thought, thinking. Okay. Did anybody send their number for a call? Anybody out there? Because it is now 3:30. I am going to calls. Heading to calls, people. No one. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'll call my sister. You know what, man? They'll teach you guys, won't it? I'll call her. Say, hey, man, what's going on, sis? How are you? How you doing, man? Yeah, I just thought I'd call during a live show. Why not? It's how I do. That's how I operate. It's a live show. Call my sister. I feel like it. What? You mean? Huh? No way. You are lying. Okay, fine. She has made it clear that she cannot be talked to. And her phone is crap. Oh, please. I'm ready to throw this computer out the door. It's like a new computer, but it's all this new technology we got. God, everything's so technological today. Man, like phones. Phones. People can carry phones around with them. Called somebody yesterday. They was sitting on a toilet. Well, how odd, man. I'm sitting on a toilet, man. You know what? We should Facebook this. Anyway, let's get back to the subject at hand. Does anybody have a question? Anybody? Because this crap's getting old. I come on here and do a live show, and basically I just talk to myself. I do. I'm sitting here and I'm talking to myself. You know what? Yeah, actually, right off the bat on that, my assumption there, Lime Time, was that the person may have camped because he had an awful lot of clothes on for that warm of the day. Plus, as you can tell by the photo, he had a little bit of weight to him, a little bit of weight on. Now, it could have been to hide tools, okay, because he was a distance from his car and he probably didn't feel like walking a mile back to his car and then a mile back because he was already out on the trail. I think he was trying to be very low key, just not be seen by people. You know where I'm at? And I think that that was a reason for all the clothes. At first, I thought that he may have camped because, man, there wasn't anybody that knew him, you know. And I thought, man, we could have got there and camped, you know, spent the night. But that's kind of my thoughts now. Yeah. I think that they said his vehicle was there by about noon. Now, I don't know exactly how warm it was at noon, but yeah, I do wonder about that because in the video and the pictures, if you look at his jacket, it looks more windbreaker, like the way it's rolled. It doesn't look like a Carhartt kind of material. It looks more like it's a woolly, like a windbreaker type fabric. But it don't look like a windbreaker. It looks like a regular type jacket. So I don't really know what to make of that jacket. Now over here, you don't see a car. I'm sure that there's like jackets out there like that, but I have not found one. Now it could be that it's pixelated, making it appear more like that, but it's still more woolly. It doesn't have like a bend fabric. You see, I don't think that's a fanny pack. I thought that it may have been a fanny pack, but he has handguns and a permit to carry, and he had a big jacket where you can pull it right back over the holster here. I'm pretty sure that is a holster for his Sig Sauer or Glock 43. Yeah. Yeah, it's a new guy, okay, killed himself in like a standoff, and they're like, man, is it him? Could he? Is it? Yeah, is it? No, because this man was arrested before the date of the murder. I know factually it wasn't him. There you go. You heard it right here. Right here, you heard that the person of interest is not that man. Michael J. Katt told you, so you know he don't lie. Click the like button. I like me a little bit. I'm cool. Wow, 40 thumbs up and 22 people here. Yeah, I don't have good popularity. My popularity is waning a lot. TB people? TB people? Oh. All right, checking again to see if anyone had sent their number to that magic email address so that I could call them and say hello in a really nice way. Hi, how you doing? I'm Michael J. Katt. It's Tuesday. I'm running a live show. That's what I do. That's how I operate. Man, I don't know about that catatonic. I have no idea how that's going to fly. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if this can be done, man. All right, we're trying to call catatonic. Something says, yeah, I knew it. It says correct the number, dude. All right, I'm taking the country code off, but it won't call. I see. Oh. Nope. Nope. Can't call him. Sorry, catatonic. Cannot call you. Sorry. But I tried, man. I think that she is in the UK. Oh crap, man. You know what? I'm really over this. This is what I don't like. This is what I don't enjoy. I have to go everywhere just to call. People are here expecting me to be giving some valid information on stuff, which is what I should be doing. Okay, great. Okay, well, I am not calling anybody. And with that, everyone, I'm probably going to just wish you to have a good day because I'm over sitting here talking to myself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. In catatonic, I can't call you. I think we'll call overseas, but not free. and it seems like 3 hours. Any questions? Yeah, I don't think so. I really don't. Lime time. It's my dude. Again, if it was anybody from around Delphi, if it was anybody in the Tri-County area, they would have been arrested right off the bat. People, the FBI don't mess around. The FBI does not mess around. My new channel is UCC1. All one word. UCC1. UCC1. No space. I got the link over here, which should be pulling up here in just a brief. UCC1 is about America. It's about freedom. It's not about the United States. It's not about that. It is not about the United States of America. That is a corporate fictional government that has turned this America into the land of laws. You know why people don't like America? Not because we're the land of law. You are. You're free. You're a free American. I'm a free American. It feels so good to be free. I can go work and pay my taxes and live by the law. It's so good to be free. No, it ain't. It ain't. It sucks to be an American, or excuse me, a United States citizen. It's great to be an American because we're under the founding. We got common law. Yeah. You know what? We have to hurt somebody to go to jail. Yeah, they can't arrest us for stupidity. Yeah. Can't do it. You was speeding down the highway. Yeah, I was doing 100. Also drunker than all get out. So, it's my vehicle. It's my vehicle, not the state's. Can't arrest me. I'll do as I please. Nobody was harmed. Have a nice day. Yeah, I got thoughts on him. I do. It's not him. It's not him. Peter? Peter? It's not him. Pete? He had been arrested before 7. He had stuff on file. The news will say it could be him, but the news needs money. The news needs money. The news wants to keep that story going so that they can get money. As far as me, I'm just letting you know the real truth. He had nothing to do with it. He was just an idiot. He was a real POS, I'll give it that. But he's dead now. Let it lie. The only thing that I know that the witnesses mentioned was seeing the guy, but they didn't say anything. People were like, "Well, did they say he was all wet?" I don't know. I have no idea what they said, aside of the fact that they seen him, But having seen the guy, it did give us the first sketch. Now, when that first sketch came out, when the very first sketch came out, when I looked at it, and I'm looking at pictures of Bridge Guy, and I'm like, yeah, it didn't really make a connection to me. The sketch and Bridge Guy looked different, but you couldn't really tell anything about Bridge Guy's face in those photos. They were too pixelated. But once I found the guy, once I found my suspect there and looked at him, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, I see. Totally get it. No, I have no videos on my other channel. Not yet. Now, the reason for that is I had just started it, okay? And I'm making videos on it. Now, the reason that I don't have any is for this reason. I got 2 things that I got to accomplish before I can make that first video. 2 things that I got to do before I can make a video. And when I make a video, you'll understand why. You will understand why those 2 things needed done before I could make that video. But once I make that video, then it's going to be kind of my thing, making videos on that channel. Now, somebody asked me the other day, they're like, Man, I don't understand why you don't go down to that little thing and do your live like you used to. I never did any lives down there at the Pull Gazebo. Okay. The only time that I did a live where it looked like that was when I was sitting here and I had the green screen behind me, where I had put the background behind me here where it looked like I was sitting there. But even that I didn't do live. You know, I had to edit to make that happen. But I can't go live at the gazebo. But I can go down there and record and then upload. And I may do that, and just to keep this with thoughts going. You know, because I do like doing those videos, like where I just sit down and talk real quick. Bam! You know, it's gone. It's over with. I can edit it real quick. It's kind of cool. Hey, 12 Cut, how you doing? Yeah, you know what? In a basket, it happened in Delphi, Indiana. In Delphi, Indiana, of all places. Delphi. Now, look, that don't happen in Delphi. I've lived around these parts. When that happened, when I found out about it, I thought, oh man, somebody's going to be hit. Somebody has messed up. I thought it was some local guy, you know, just right away, man. Just, yeah, some local guy did that. I mean, you wouldn't expect anybody else, you know? And the FBI is there for like a month, man, with big satellite dish headquarters back to Quantico. They're running stuff. It's like, man, this guy's probably running for his life about right now. 2 years later. We don't know. It's like they're clueless. You know what? I think that when all of that comes out, AJ Doman, I think that when all of that comes out, the court transcripts, all of it, I should be able to get access to that, because anything that they're going to have in court, we should be able to pick up. That should not be secretive, you know, outside of the thing. Once it goes to court. But the transcripts is what's going to be wanted, because that's going to tell you everything that was said. Bam. That's what I want to know. Because I have this hunch that everything that I have said is 100% on the money, true as all get out, checkamundo. Not really. Not really, Catatonic. I'm 53. I'm in great health, and I don't think that he was in bad health. But just walking across that bridge, he was in no rush to go across. I don't think. I don't know that. But if he was walking rather quickly, I don't think he would have been out of breath or having that hard of a time of it, because he had to go down a hill on the other side, which is a steep hill. It's not like going down a hill like this. You have to go down a very steep hill, then down another hill, and then walk across, and then cross the creek. Now, to get back out to the 501 trail, he had to go up a very big hill and cut left. Now, that would have been the part right there that would have been the hardest part on it. But I think that if anybody, it would have been a flannel shirt guy. When he's seen him, he's the one that could have said, yeah, the guy looked a little out of breath or this or that. But you're never going to hear that from him. We don't. The names of the two witnesses have never been given. So they've never said what they said. All they did was they gave the details for the sketch. That's what they did. Who? Chicken Little. No, not at all. RL is in this because of happenstance, that it happened and they was left on his property. If that had not occurred, nobody outside of Delphi would even know the man's name. It was happenstance because they was left on his property. But that's what brought him into it, because he lied. Okay? And he rightfully lied. I stand up for RL on that. He said I wasn't home. He was not home. He wasn't home. That's what's important. I was not home. Okay? But he lied about where he was. He said he was buying tropical fish and woo, 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 and then he turned around and said something else. I forget what that story was. And then the cops are like, that ain't what he told us. And they went back, checked on that. I think they ran his credit card and found out where he was at that time. He was at Pizza King in Attica having a beer and a pizza. Yeah, when he was supposed to be driving. That's why they nailed him and searched his house, because he lied to them. But he didn't lie. He wasn't home. That's what they wanted to know. Was you home? No. Where was you? Well, I ain't going to tell you is what I would have said. It's none of your effing business, cop. Got a problem with me? See? We'll take it outside, pal. So I don't think that RL RL didn't have anything to do with it. And I was on that off to go. I said, RL is completely innocent, man. Completely. He don't look anything like Bridge Guy at all. And, then what's Inside Edition had it on there, man. Can you say down the hill? Down the hill. Man, wait, you dress like the guy and try to sound like him? What the hell's wrong with you, RL? God, man. You don't do that. But I don't think that the guy knew RL. I think that he stopped there because it was Missouri, which is and you put in directions from St. Louis to Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's going to give you two routes, I-70 and the Hoosier Heartland. Hoosier Heartland route comes right up through Indiana on Highway Bridge Trail. Now, I think that is the direction that he always took when he went to his brother's house. He always stopped at Monon High Bridge Trail, and he always hiked at Monon High Bridge Trail. That's how he knew the trail so well, because he had been there many times over many years. And he knew on that day it was the reverse date of Evansdale, and that's why he was there so long. He was waiting. He was waiting. Oh, wow. Finland? Oh, holy crap, man. Lisa. Man. Wow. Finland, man. Holy crap, man. What's that candy you guys eat? What's it called? The little hard licorice? Salmiakki? God, that stuff tastes nasty. I had to say that. I bought boxes of it. I didn't like it at all. I think you got to acquire that. Yeah, I think you got to acquire that when you're really little. It's one of those things that, like, when you eat it when you're little, you'd probably love it. You would probably love it. And I don't mind licorice, but I don't know. It wasn't off-putting exactly, but it just didn't have a flavor that I expected it would have. I was expecting like a salty licorice, which it is, but it was, I don't know. I can't explain it. I do like Mexican candy, though. Man, Mexican candy. Wow. That's some good stuff. In fact, you know what, man? You guys probably got great candy over there. I mean, man, you go anywhere in Europe, they got great candy. It's like, man, look, I was hooked up with the channel over there, man, and in England, man, the UK, Devonshire Idiot and Co. Man, people had sent them stuff from America, and they was trying a Hershey's bar, and they're like, yeah, very generic chocolate. And the other guy's like, yeah, it kind of tastes like our service chocolate, that they put. It's like, because they're over there eating like Swiss chocolate and stuff, it does not amount to our Hershey's. Hershey's over there is very generic tasting. Yeah, and I don't think so. Now, I need to think about that, because it depends upon the route. It depends upon the route they take it. To his brothers going home, and that could depend, because I think that the nearest place where I could honestly say would get a highway type camera would probably be in Lafayette or Logansport. But we don't know which direction he was going. They never mentioned the make and model of a car, so I don't even think that they know a make or model of a car. They wouldn't know who to look for. They could look at every person. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people now. Ronald Logan did not have him back there on that part of his property. That was down by the Deer Creek. In fact, it's like right on the lower edge of, like, if you take Ronald Logan's property all the way down here where it hits the creek, back over here in this corner, this is where it occurred. I walked up and out. Ah, man, I forget the name of them. They lived right across the highway there from the secondary entrance. They had a trail cam after the fact, after, but not during. Because, yeah, man, if they had trail cam footage of him, like especially up close personal, that would have been big. That would have been really huge. In fact, when I first covered this story, I think the first video that I made on it on my old channel, and that would have been, I think, on the 15th, February 15th. Law enforcement had came out and said that they got the pictures from a trail cam. Didn't mention that it came from her, from a trail cam. And that is what I had said in that too. They got these pictures from a trail cam. Had never been there. If I had been there and I knew where exactly on those tracks it was taken, I would say, yeah, it didn't come from no trail cam. You guys are mad. What was they looking for? A deer crossing the tracks? Come on. You know, because I thought it was like on ground. I didn't think it was like up in the air like that. I have no idea. I have no idea where he traveled. The only reason that I can put him there at Delphi is because his brother lives in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Again, if you go to Google and you put in from St. Louis to Fort Wayne, it's just going to give you two directions: I-70 and the Hoosier Heartland. Those. Thank you, OG. Well, and again, and it, you know, live shows, it's always repeat the same thing, you know, because you have to. People show up at different times, you know. But on that is what I try to do. I try to keep the questions, or, you know, the things within. I try not to overly speculate into things, but everything on TV fits. Everything, every minute detail fits him. It don't other people. You're not really going to find anybody out there that would go commit a crime like Delphi that had never committed a crime before. Never been caught committing a crime. Then to go do a crime like that when he did not have priors. I said, are you saying that because DNA didn't match? He goes, well, I can't comment on that. But maybe he has committed a crime before, but we can find no trace of it. Now, if you can find no trace of a person, there's two things that you're going to be looking for in law enforcement today. One, DNA. Two, fingerprint. Okay? The photos that they have would not have pulled up a facial recognition because you couldn't tell anything about the face. Nothing. It was almost not blank. I mean, you could see nose, eye, mouth, but that was about it. You know, they didn't really have anything to go on. And again, this is why I feel, and you may not, and I don't care, that he left fingerprints. I believe he did. He knew he didn't have any on file. He was drunk. He was drinking. I don't think he cared. I don't think that he was that little hacker dude everybody thinks he is. He was out there trying to get away with some big, huge. No, he was there. He knew what he was going to do, and now he's hit for it, and he knows it. He left fingerprints. I'll lay money to it. Short money, not huge money. Not huge money like it being him. I know it's him. I know it's him. Ain't nothing could convince me otherwise that it ain't him. If it was, okay, if it's not my guy, how's come they ain't arrested the guy yet? Yeah, I got all that evidence, got all those facts and everything, got DNA, you know. Yeah, just some guy living around Delphi. Why ain't he arrested, huh? Anybody want to point to that for me? Anybody want to explain that? Love to hear it. Yeah, you know what? That kind of came to me because Lime Life. When I had talked to Kim Riley and he had told me that and said no trace of him, that's what led me to think that. Because if it was just DNA that they had, Understand, if it was just DNA that they had from the suspect and crack, it was just that, then why would he say we can find no trace of him? Okay? You wouldn't say that if you only had DNA. You would only get DNA if a person had committed certain crimes that DNA would be taken for. But to say never committed a crime, we can find no trace of him, that says that they got a lot more than DNA. They got more evidence than that. Know it. I've already told you. And people said, they ain't got no DNA, they ain't got no fingerprints. You're making stuff up. So I didn't say they had it. I said in more likelihood, they probably have it. And I'm still thinking that. They have fingerprints as well. They have DNA. They have audio. They have video. They have photos. They have 2 eyewitnesses that seen the guy. Now, somebody tell me that if it's somebody living around Delphi, why I wasn't arrested over 2? I want to know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, and again, you know, when I first seen the pictures of the guy, I'm like, older guy, 2 younger dead girls. Now, in most cases, older guy kills 2 girls like that, 2 younger girls, sexual motive. Now, it could be a hit if somebody wanted them dead. It could be. And there could be other things that could happen like that. But simply put, criminal behavior, most of the time, every time, it's going to be a sexual motive. And I stand on that. And I stood on that from the beginning, that it was likely a sexual motive because I did not know. But then once they came out, yeah, we have DNA, I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty concurrent to the fact that it was a sexual motive. I'm going to click on that. We'll see where it takes me. I ain't giving that clown shit. I ain't giving him crap. Yeah, allow me to explain that to you. Here is why. This crime happened in February of 2017. Now, that was over 2 years, or at 2 years, from the time that we got to see pictures of TB in court. Now, after the crime, law enforcement came out that the person, these 3 pictures, had likely changed their appearance. Now, at that time, you go back over 2 years ago, he was 51 at that time. Okay. Now, he knew his photo was there, and he knew it was going national, that they were showing this on talk shows. He was graying, but he shaved his head. He had gray hair during Delphi, but his hair was grown out. You see, because he had a hat on, much like mine. He had on a hat and it stuck out right here. Now, TB, my suspect, is Scottish. Every single one of his personal emails began with Scotsman. Very proud of being a Scotsman. If you look at his younger pictures, reddish brown hair. You look at him in court on the side of his head right here, where his head shaved, this right here, dark. It's darker hair. It isn't completely solid gray. When his hair grows out, you'll see that this right here, reddish hair, because he's Scottish. He's Scottish and he has reddish hair when it's grown out. Now, when it's shaved, it looks just straight gray. But when it comes out, you can see it's still got some color in it because it's reddish brown hair. No, I don't, 12 cut. I don't at all. And I touched upon this in every single video. So if anybody's listening for the first time, up here, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm telling you. Wait, I got to remember what. My suspect is in jail in a different state on first-degree murder. He is facing life without parole. Another state cannot go talk to him about another crime. Remember DN that was out in Colorado? Remember Indiana State Police went out and talked to him? Remember what happened? They came back and said, well, we can neither include nor exclude. What do you mean? Well, I knew exactly what they meant. They couldn't talk to him. His public defender stopped him at the door. Nope, not talking to him. Different state, different crime. Have a nice day. So they had to extradite him back to Indiana to talk to him. Now, while he's down there facing first-degree murder, right, down there in that jail, Indiana can't talk to him. Neither can the FBI. No one can. Nobody. No one. Not until that court's complete. And when he's got verdict, they can go down and talk to him all day long. And that's when you'll hear about it in a year and a half. You'll be hearing the word, and you'll go, there was somebody that was on YouTube talking about that. I remember that now. It's probably Anthony Greeno. I need to go see what he's doing. Because that's how people are. But no, because if they made a press conference right now and said, guess what? TV did it. Yeah, we nailed him. We got him. Well, what did he say in return? Well, we didn't talk to him. We just know he did it. Well, can you tell us anything about this? Can we just tell them all about our... Yeah. We're just going to sit here right now and tell you all about our investigation. Why not? Why not? We're going to throw it all on the table. This is what we know. They're not going to do that. They ain't going to open their mouths to talk about him. The last thing that you're going to hear coming out of like Carroll County's law enforcement is the name TV. They don't want you to hear about it. They don't want you to know. For a long time in court, a year and a half before they can even talk to him, they're not going to say DICK about him. And that's why. Yeah, the second sketch was supposed to look younger. It was all disinformation. They're trying to keep it scattered. How do I know that law enforcement over here knows what I know? I'll tell you how I know they know what I know. Because St. Louis called them up. Hello, Carroll County? Who am I speaking to? Oh, hey, Sheriff. Yeah, I seen you on television. You look really good, buddy. Hey, we got a guy down here that we arrested in St. Louis. Yeah, he was dressed like your bridge guy when he committed first-degree murder and sexual assault. Yeah, looks like your sketch. Oh, yeah, I hear you, man. No, you'd never broken the law before either. Hold on. I'm sending you a sketch, Walrus. Hang on. That's when the sheriff got the mug shot. What would you do if you were Sheriff Lesenby and you had the mug shot? I'm waiting. Oh, wait, man, I ain't going to wait long. You'd take it to the two people that seen him, wouldn't you? You'd take that mugshot to the two people that seen him. Is this the man that you seen that day? Is this the man that you seen that day? See where I'm at? Now, TB was arrested November 21st. Okay? Sheriff Lesenby reached about immediately, like next day. Now, in an interview that was done with Sheriff Lesenby, and I quote, he said, we sent our DNA to Quantico right before Christmas of 2018. That is 1 month. And got his DNA and had it back to Quantico. Now, why would he send their DNA off to Quantico at right before Christmas of 2018? If he showed them that mugshot and they said, no, I ain't the guy we seen, ain't him at all, they wouldn't have sent anything off to Quantico. Do you understand where I'm at? They sent that off to Quantico because they already knew that it was the guy. He had already talked to him. They said, yeah, that's the guy I seen. No doubt about it. That's him. That's the monster. No doubt. Now, when they sent that to Quantico, the FBI rang up. Hello, Carroll County? Who am I speaking to? Who? I'm sorry. Could you put the walrus on, please? Thank you. I'll wait. Hey, walrus, how you doing? Yeah, it's him. Sure enough, man, your DNA matches him to a T. Yeah. Well, you should probably get right on that. No, sorry, though. You can't talk to him. Not until he's done. Oh, yeah, that's right. DN. All right. That's right. I remember. Yeah. That's going to be a tough road. Best thing we can tell you, play stupid, walrus. Play dumb. Hand out disinformation. Make it look like you're doing stuff when you're really not. This has been the FBI. Thank you. And that's why. Hang on. Thank you. Thank you, Alley Cat. Thought I was going to have to type that. He's the guy's why. He is the man. He is the Delphi suspect. And also, as well, did Evansdale. He's that man. And he is sitting in the jail in St. Louis on first-degree murder charges, people. Oh, are you still putting that up? Or somebody might want me to call him. Maybe. Let me find out. Please be somebody. I'd like to talk to somebody. Man, I could get Wolf over here. He's got a 100th birthday coming up. 100, man. 100. Yeah, I remember when George Burns turned 100, and I was very sad. I was sad, man. I was. I waited a long time for him to be at 100, you know. I waited a very long time. So did he. And he had a contract with Bally's, with MGM. No, I think it was MGM, to do a live show, but he was in bad health. This is me. This is me. And I'm not 100. I'm not 100 yet. I will be one day, but I'm not yet. But if I had waited all my life to be 100 and I was 100, I'd say, you know what? I don't care if this is the last words I ever say in my life. Get me to that birthday party. That would have been me. Oh, yes. Please refer to it as America. USA is a corporate fictitious government. I do not like them. They are evil. Okay, so if anybody has a question, just a question, throw it up here. I'd be happy to get right to it pretty quickly. As quickly as I can. And I'm sorry for Sheriff Lesenby a walrus. That wasn't right of me. I will apologize to him next I see him. No. You know, let me put this here for you guys. Go there and go to Indiana, put in the person's name, and then search down there to see if they had any arrest prior to February 13, 2017. If they did, not the guy. Not the guy. Because the Delphi suspect had never committed a crime before. He had never been arrested. He had no DNA or fingerprints on file. If they had fingerprints or DNA on file before that, my case, not them. CE, not PE, not PEA. All arrested prior to. That's how I know. But hey, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. What you want to listen to is real news. Brought to you by NBC, CBS, and all those other great people. People that have them like Rafael Sanchez saying things to you. That's what you want to hear. You want to hear them say, oh, he was killed in a standoff with police and a child molested. It could be that guy. We're NBC, and we stand on that. Because they don't care. They're giving you crap to listen to, people. They're making you believe. Well, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. Thank you. Okay, the one who knows, Delphi suspect didn't have DNA taken until December of 18. What? I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. No, I don't. I have not owned a television now in like 15 years. I do not watch television. I will not put up with it. I do not like shows. I do not like movies. I do not like music that came out after 1988. It all sucks, and I leave it to slaves to enjoy. Me, I like real music. Thank you. If it came off of a synthesizer, it's probably crap. A bunch of people got arrested in 2018. My guy got arrested in 2018. The one who knows, are you answering me here or not? So anyway, and that is why I don't think that it's them. I never did. Whenever somebody pulls up a person of interest, it's somebody that cheaply looks like the sketch. Look, child molesting, dude. There's a lot of child molesters out there. Exactly. Right. Yes. And I don't understand what it is you're saying that for. I know when his DNA was taken. I know exactly when it was taken. And it was prior to that when they sent their DNA off to Quantico. So I'm not getting your point. Maybe you need to make a better point. Yeah, please don't go down that road. I'll tell you what, man. Greeno's going to have himself thrown in jail before long. What wrong, perp? What wrong, perp? Man, I could type out questions faster than this guy. I just could. I could answer in his place. Yeah, commercials do not like that. Exactly. Commercials are part of the programming. Yes, exactly. Exactamundo. Peaches and cream pie. I'm going to go ahead and let that show, but you know, for it, to the best of my ability. Here you go. I got one for you. I got it right here. I'll show you how you do this. There you go. Now he can't come back and talk anymore. What happens is you keep talking, you don't explain yourself, you don't come back. You can come back and give me a thumbs down. I respect that as a view. I mean, please do that. That's how I keep track of the people I send on. I get that thumbs down and I'm like, look, Woof, see all those thumbs? Those are views, bear. Nobody wins. $100 to come back. Okay, but that $100 does not guarantee you sticking around long. That's right. $100 will get you back in, but you want to kind of keep that down a little bit. I need real evidence. I don't need just crap talk. If somebody wants to crap talk, they can go make a channel on crap talk. Go crap talk. That's what that, you know what? Facebook is full of crap talk. Just go to Facebook, crap talk away. Apparently you got to pay $100 to come back. So that's $100, people. Even I wouldn't pay that. Oh, then where's my mind? Where am I at? Where am I at? Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Alaska, my moderator, who is doing a very wonderful job at moderating. And I respect the crap out of this because she's doing it for free. I didn't ask her to. I told her I'd pay her. She refused payment. That's how cool she is. Awesome as all get out. So if you guys would please give her a thanks for that, I would appreciate that. I don't even know how many people are here. What, 2? Is it just me, you, and 55? What? Oh my God. I didn't think that many people was here. I really should have been paying attention. Okay, I should probably get back on Delphi then. Should I not? Okay. So wait, let me cover these real quick. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yes, it is. Ask me if I care who Greeno thinks it is. Go ahead, ask me. No, I don't. And because you know what, he had stayed this case same as me. Figured he'd be all like, "Oh wow, dude, yeah, no doubt. Yes, I'm on this big time." No, we did a live show, and he's like, "Man, I got a channel. We're gonna go make some money, dude. Peace. I'm out here." But he is doing what he should do. He is out there covering persons of interest and trying to make money, and that is what Greeno needs to do. He needs to make money on YouTube. And he needs to talk about persons of interest, because to say anything other than persons of interest, nobody would go view his crap. I ain't calling his stuff crap. I mean, he makes good videos. That ain't the point I make. It's just that he needs to talk about persons of interest, because that's what everybody on Facebook wants to know. How do you make money on this case? You talk about persons of interest, so everybody will go view your stuff. And that's what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing. And that is what he should do. And I have told him time and time again, repeatedly, Greeno, you want to be rich? Would you like to be rich and live in a big ass house? Would you? You need to cover tabloid. If he was covering tabloid, he'd be the richest dude to walk, because nobody can cover tabloid better than Greeno. That dude makes some excellent videos. And believe me, when he's just covering like he's a reporter, I like that. I like what he does. I do. But I don't really now on his investigation at all. I thought he did. He was here with me all the time. What was I supposed to think? What was I supposed to believe? He's certainly on point with me on all of it. Until he got out of jail. I think he went millennial, man. I think he went millennial in jail. He got out with his hair cut over there. I was all like, dude, don't do that. That looks stupid. That's me talking. Yeah, he does. He does, and he makes good videos. And I mean, his videos are good. You know, to me, it would depend upon what he had in the video. But I like the way he makes these videos. And pop. It's lasted me over an hour. Okay. Oh, really? Well, that's kind of cool. Which one there, Alaskan Blue? Oh, how you doing, Nona? Glad you could make it. Greeno doesn't give me the creeps. Greeno is a good guy. He can just be a little misunderstood. Yeah, and I will. And you know what? Right now, I'm kind of waiting up for some people here, because once that they get here, I got like 3 people that are going to come be here this summer, and they want to go out there. So when they come out here, we will probably film that the whole expedition out there and through and back. Yeah, Greeno is. And yeah, Greeno is Greeno. And Greeno was, and I don't know when he's not around me. When he's at my house, man, he's always good, dude. You know, I mean, I've known Greeno for like, what, 15 years? Something like that. A long ass time. Yeah, yeah. I'm cotton to the snowflake people. I'm you know what? I got a joke. I think you guys will like this joke. Please let me know whether you like this joke or not. Okay? I'm going to use some like names, but I want people to know that my great grandmother's last name was Ireland. There you go. This little Irish guy gets into an elevator and he's going up. He gets in, he pushes the thing, and he looks beside him, and there's this giant of a man. He's like looking up at this big giant. The guy looks down at him and he says, I'm 7 foot tall, 320 pounds. My penis is 20 inches long. My testicles weigh 3 pounds. Turner Brown. Little Irish guy faints, man. A big guy, man, gets down, slaps him all back to consciousness. So like, hey, you all right there, little buddy? And the little guy looks up at him and he's like, man, I'm sorry, sir. What did you just say to me? He said, well, you was looking up at me, so I thought that you wanted to know what everybody wants to know. I'm 7 foot tall. I weigh 320 pounds. My penis is 20 inches long. My testicles weigh 3 pounds. And my name is Turner Brown. Well, Irish guy kind of laughs. He says, oh, Turner Brown. I thought you told me to turn around. God, man, you get no applause. That could have really bombed for all I know. I used to stand up in Vegas. I'm not saying I was good at it. I'm not making $1 million, am I? But it was a good joke. Wow, man, I sent catatonic to bed. It's the last time I ever told a joke. All right, good night, guys. All right. You have a good one, man. Good night, UK. See you all soon. Yeah, I got one LOL. Nah, it's too late. It's too late, Lisa. Don't even try. Don't even try, man. Too late. All right. We get it. Turner Brown, man. See, turn around. Come on, people. I'm Irish people. And here I am, Irish. I'm only part Irish. I'm actually more German. As much English. There's a little French in there. A little bit of French. Oui. A wee bit of French. Yeah. All right, did everybody leave? Because if everybody left, man, just let me know. Just say. I need to go look up, see if there's anything that I did not cover here. No, I already said I'd be taking calls at that. Nobody gave a crap. Everybody wants to hear me just talk. God, I get tired of hearing me talk. You know what? You know who gets tired of hearing me talk is me. Ain't nobody that hears me talk like I do. Showing. What are you talking about, Alaska? 58 likes. 58 likes and 46 thumbs up. Wow, now that's a show. Yeah. And again, man, I know what it is. You know, hey, typo wheeze. I made that language. I don't know what to make of that, Amy. I really don't. Not at all. Look, I look at it like this. This is me. This is Delphi, Indiana. Small town. Small town. I mean, like, you know what? Probably anybody that's lived there for any time knows a lot of the people. It's not like you would know all 3,500 people, but the point is, small town. You know, you tend to know the people that you know. So when it happened in Delphi, my initial thought was, man, somebody was probably on some drugs, did some really, and they're going to be really hit for this. This is like, but after a while longer, and after even longer, then it's like, well, who did this? Now that's me. I've lived in bigger cities, man. I haven't lived here in like like little town Indiana my whole life. Other countries, big cities, stuff like that. That's where you would expect a crime like this to occur, not in Delphi. Now, I'm a little taken back by the fact that Delphi isn't throwing a fit. You have a crime like that happened in Delphi, and like law enforcement is like, no, I'm probably fine. We don't know. How could you say that? How could the sheriff be like, no, well, but you're probably fine. Because I wouldn't think so. If you got somebody that killed two girls hiking in the middle of the day and you don't know who they are, I would say things are not fine in Delphi. Things are not killer on the loose. And we are trying to find him the best way to find him. That's how it should happen. But it don't. It hasn't. So her saying that, I don't even know what to make of it. Maybe she isn't. I mean, I ain't concerned when I go out there. I don't think the guy is ready to make me turn around or anything like that. I think he's in the jail. I don't think right now he's anything to worry about. I don't know whether she knows that or not, but I can safely say that he is. I think that if law enforcement could tell you exactly what's happening, they would tell you exactly what I am. Yeah, well, you know what? I didn't hear about it like that, Amy. Because there was that day before, and this is really weird because I live maybe 20 miles east of Delphi, somewhere right around 20 miles east of there. Now, I did not see it, and I went down to my neighbor's house down here. That would be the only television that I could have seen. I don't listen to the radio, local, or television. I was down at their house at 10 o'clock. I came back to my house at about 11:30 p.m. that night. I went to Fox News. Now, this is on the 14th, okay? This is on the night of the 14th. And bam, number one story, the girls were found, and it looks like foul play. Wait, what? Well, I'm looking at the girls' names, Delphi, Indiana, and I went down and told them that this had happened. All right. But, I mean, after that, that's when I heard about it, was when the girls were found. Now, it might seem a little weird that I didn't hear about it on the day that they went missing, where it's 20 miles away. But we didn't actually hear about it until the night of the 14th. And night of the 14th, there it was. But then the photos came out. Then the audio came out. Then the sketch was out. Then, it's been very long, very long. And anybody that's sitting out there believing it's somebody from around Delphi, you need to stop listening to mainstream media and law enforcement. They lie when they want to. They don't care. I do. I would never lie to you. Well, maybe it's a joke or something like that, but not really lie. Yeah, well, you're right. You're absolutely right. But then again, look, man, it's been 2 years and God, months now. What was it, 6 months? It's been 2.5 years. I haven't seen anything done. Heard a lot of talk. Haven't heard crap. I haven't seen nothing done yet, man. And I'm sure it will be done, but I don't know. They take their time at it, I guess. All right. Did anybody send me a call? Because that'd be so cool to call somebody. Oh yeah, I did. Well, something is that. I can call somebody. Look at me. It's totally like a new day now for me. right, I am calling. Are you ready? Hello. Hello. It's Michael.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing. So, do you have a question, or did you just want me to call?
I do. My first question is, like, do you think that the Ellie could have done anything differently in the beginning of the investigation that maybe you would have done differently that might have could have caught TV before he murdered again?
Now, not in Delphi, okay? I think that in Delphi, everything was done very well, according to protocol. The FBI was there, lent forensics, investigation, CSI. They had everything done. They had the state of Indiana, state cops. So I think that everything was done by Delphi very well. Very, very well. In fact, they didn't even give out information that they didn't now. Never have. That always kind of took me back a bit with the car, because anytime that you have a crime, if law enforcement knows the make and model of a car, they're going to give a make and model of a car. If anybody's seen a make and model of a car, if anybody's seen any vehicle that normally isn't around, that's what law enforcement will say until 2 years and 2 months later about a vehicle, and then give a place where it's parked, no make or model. So I don't think that they messed anything up. There isn't anything that and look, I was military police, okay, for like a few years. I'm not the guy to ask about like I felt that like the FBI should have been doing. I don't know it on that level, but I do know investigation pretty well, and I think that what they've done is very well. Now, when I look outside of that, like now, when they had the briefing after I knew, Sheriff Leslie knew exactly what I knew, and I knew that he did, and I knew that they had not had time to go down and talk to him at that time at the briefing. I said, I ain't even going to the briefing. I said, I'll stay right here. I'll watch the briefing. Going to be handed out. I know that ain't going to happen. So I sat down here. I watched the briefing at a friend's house, came right up here and got on a live show to talk about it. But they handed out this information, and I knew that when I seen it. When they was handed out, I'm like, they're lying. They're ending the investigation. Is why. They know who did it. They know that they got a long wait. They don't want to deal with more investigation into calls that they know don't play. So they handed out some disinformation. The sketch, the second sketch. This is me talking. Don't take it from me. Don't take it from me. Okay. I'm talking to everybody. Don't take this from me like I'm telling the truth. I'm just giving my opinion. I think that second sketch was BS completely. So was that he's 18 to 40 and probably lives around Delphi. I knew better than that. I knew better than that beforehand. So, yeah, I am saying that the briefing, they did kind of establish some disinformation to kill the investigation, but that's all that was about. Now, we probably won't hear any new word from law enforcement on Delphi because they know who did it, and they're waiting until they can talk to him.
I thought the same thing about the second sketch because it looked so average of a person.
Yeah.
I also was going to ask, do you think that Kiwi attended any like fundraiser events or anything for the girls?
Who? Oh, no, I don't. And I'll tell you why. Because two people seen him. From there in Delphi, two people seen him. If he went to any place where that they could have possibly have been and seen him again, he would have been hit. I don't think that he would have been that cold and calculated to do that. I think that he did what he meant to do and left, and probably had felt for better part of 2 years that he was clean of it, that he would not be hit until CC Moore came out with the ancestral DNA that was not known at the time of the murders at all, had never even been discussed publicly, that the Golden State Killer and John D. Miller, that all these people was being arrested by using this. and he knew he was going to be caught by it. He knew it was a matter of time till they was going to be knocking on his door. And I think that was the solid reason for the Catholic Supply sexual assault and homicide, because he knew it was just going to be a month or two, but he was going to prison.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think, just from like the other characteristics of serial killers, do you think he's the type that did taunt the police in any way?
No, I don't. I don't. Not all. I mean, if you look at some of them, like BTK did, Zodiac did, you have a few that will. John D. Miller did in Fort Wayne. He did the same. But TB never did. I don't think that he was trying to relate it back to him in any more of a way. I think that the less that he could put out personally about himself, the better.
Right.
I am kind of surprised that John D. Miller, because that was in 87 or 88 when he killed April Tinsley. 30 years later, even though he was taunting the police and other children saying that they were next, he never went and committed another one. And I thought that was very odd. Very odd.
That is very odd.
Yeah, very odd. It seemed like he would have been more the mental type to go do another, but just one in 30 years, it seemed peculiar. It seemed like that would have led him to another,
Right. That's like where we live. We had a murder happen, I think, in 95, and it's unsolved. Nobody's ever been caught for anything, but nothing's happened like that since.
Yeah.
Just kind of very odd.
Now, have you kept up at all on Evansdale or looked into it?
I've read a little bit about it. I have not researched it as much as Delphi.
Well, what they claim that the witnesses saw was a vehicle that was parked there where the vehicle of the murderer would have been parked, right? Now, this is in 2012. And the people that seen that vehicle said, and again, this is going back like 7 years, but they said 7 years ago that it was an older style, boxy, like white Ford Bronco type vehicle. Now, if I could look at TB's vehicles over the years, if I knew how, and I'm positive that it can be publicly done because you can pay someone to do it. They wouldn't do that if you had to pay. You see where I'm at?
Right.
But if I could look up and find that he owned a vehicle of that type in 2012 in July, that would be everything.
Yeah.
That right there would say, yes, he did do Evansdale, most likely, as well as Delphi on the reverse date.
Have they come out and said they had DNA or anything from Evansdale?
No, but the girls' bodies weren't found till 6 months later.
Oh, okay.
So, trying to get any DNA would have been pretty much impossible.
Right.
But I think that they would have to rely on that would be, one, the vehicle. Two, if they had a person of interest, which I've already given them, if they could find out where he was at that time. And that would probably relate to them that, yes, he did have that vehicle. And yes, he was going north. Yes, he was going up 380 at that time. And that would be enough right there for them to probably interrogate him on it. Find out what he knows.
Right. How do you feel about, and you don't really have to answer if you don't want to, but how do you feel about so many of the fundraisers being done for the girls before the killer's been caught?
Well, that don't bother me any. Yeah, I mean, if you look at Evansdale, they renamed that trail Two Angels Trail after the girls. Now, I don't think that they're going to name that like the Abby and Libby Trail, but they got that softball field and so on that they do want, like that. So any kind of fundraiser for that, because it does keep awareness. It keeps the story out there, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It was something other for kids to do other wise too.
Yeah, and no, it's well, there's a lot of reasons and a lot of fundraisers that are good fundraisers because
Right.
there are people that need the capital for such things. So yeah, no, I have no quorums against that, even though the killer hasn't been caught. Because just like in Evansdale, you can't wait forever for the guy to be caught if he's going to be caught to do anything. Because what you want to
Right.
do is while it's fresh in people's minds, you want to get out there and it's like, look,
Keep
these
it
two girls
fresh.
died in a very sad, horrific way. And we want to name a softball field so that they can always be remembered. And there it is,
Right. I agree. Well, I guess that's all my questions.
Well, I thank you for calling Lime Life. I appreciate your
Mhm.
time today. You are my only caller. I want to point that out.
All right. Well, good talking to you. Thank you.
All right. You have a good day. Bye. Okay. And I think that will probably wrap up the calls. Well, maybe not. Maybe somebody else sent one. No, they did not. Oh, wait, they did. Okay. I have one more call to make. Oh, there it is. Okay. This person has a question, and this is J. Richard Kanosh. We'll get that name from him here in just a moment. I am calling J. Richard Kanosh. I am still calling J. Richard Kanosh. J. Richard, please answer your phone.
Been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Okay. Call failed. There you go. I will, but I still got this on thing, so I will call him right back. Should he reach me and say, okay, Jay Richard, are you still out there? Are you? Okay. Well, I got 10 minutes up. Wrap it up at 5. So, no, Christy, I'd never heard of the Katt murders. Somebody had asked me the other day about the, I forget the name of the massacre, and I think it was there in Ohio. And I had heard about that, and I didn't know that somebody was caught on that, but there was 4 families that was killed in that town, in their house, and it was a family member, and it's like, yeah, you would expect family, wouldn't you? Just like that. Okay, I am going to try to call Richard one more time. One more time. Jay Richard, if you are out there, please answer your phone, please. He has a question. Think about how funny it would be if he was in the bathroom and he didn't take his phone the first time. People always take their phones to the bathroom with them. I take my vape to the bathroom with me. I do. All right. Well, there is no reaching.
Your call has been forwarded.
No reaching J. Richard Kanash. He will not be reached today. Okay. So that is probably going to be my show here in 9 minutes. If any questions, throw them up. It's been 2 years, 5 months. 2 years and 5 months. Think about that. Think about it. 2 years and 5 months, people. If that guy was from around Delphi, lived in Delphi, lived around Delphi, worked in Delphi, he would have been in prison for about the last 2 years and 3 months. That's how I know it ain't. And you know what? Hey, I get people on here, and I'm starting to see this now. People that have sent me their numbers in the past that I've talked to and email a lot. And you know what? If you have any question, Alaska Blue, get ready with the email address, please. If you have any question upon this case at any time, say it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you got a question on this case, send it right here, right to this link, right to this email address that you see currently right there in chat. Hold on. There you go. Send it there. Send your question right there to mrkatt@gmail.com, mrkatt420@gmail.com. I will answer it, night or day. Well, if it's at night, I'll probably answer it in the morning. Yeah, he did. In Imperial, he lived in a trailer park. Yes. Yeah. Like when he got arrested, it was on, God, try to remember the drive. But yeah, he did a trailer park there. What was, this is me, but this is the one thing that was cool anyway. He had a "Don't Tread on Me" flag flying. I respect that, man. I'm an American. No problem. In fact, I was happy that got to call somebody. They didn't need to do that 12 volt, or 12 cut. As soon as he was arrested, the FBI was there to take it. I caught it. Oh, you didn't see that. It was falling. I caught it right in midair. Bam. So anyway, they didn't need to do that. The FBI was there to arrest and got his DNA. They said, yeah, dude, we're getting your DNA. He knew at that time he was it. But you see, he knew he was hit for Delphi, but he already knew that he was going to be hit for Delphi because of the ancestral DNA. You see where I'm at? But the only one that pops up right now that he really can't be hit for, but he can, is Evansdale. Now, he don't have to worry about the death penalty in Iowa. They don't have it, you see. But we do have it in Indiana. Now, they don't have his DNA over there, but they can trace down where he was and put him in it. So when they do talk to him, I think that he is going to confess to both Evansdale and Delphi same time because he don't have anything else. They got him on Delphi. He knows that. It's your DNA, dude. It's your fingerprints, dude. We got 2 guys that can identify you, bro. It's your foot tracks. You was en route to your brother. We talked to him. They got him. He knows that. I mean, he can say, yeah, I didn't do it. They're going like, yeah, well, you can have a good time saying that in court, too. I don't think the jury's going to believe it. See where I'm at? Yeah. Well, I'm with you. Now, I got Wolf. Understand, Wolf is great protection. He don't look it. He's pushing 100. His teeth are gone. Well, I protect Wolf. I'll make sure nobody hurts Wolf. I love that dog. I love that dog more than anything. Anything. And dogs shouldn't be used for protection anyway. I mean, do you realize that? Okay, you are there though, right? Let me try to call you again, Jay. Give me a second. To protect people because the dog could get hurt. What's there to protect people? The Second Amendment, a handgun. If you got a gun on you, kill them, shoot them. They won't do it again. That's how you end it. You don't put a dog in the way. My God, don't you think a dog could get hurt? I do. I'd never want my dog to get hurt. I'd die so that my dog didn't get hurt. That's the kind of owner I am. baby bear. There he is.
Michael.
There you are. How you doing, Jay?
Hey, good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah, sorry about that. Phone problems here, but
No problem. I run into it.
Okay, look, I agree with you. I really believe it's TV. But did you ever see this thing? I saw it one time, and then I think they took his Facebook page down. And I saw it was a picture of a cereal box, like, I don't know, some kind of post cereal. And next to it, he had a quarter, a U.S. quarter with the facing the camera. Then there was like a carton of milk. And I think something that, I don't know, I was trying to look through my screenshots. I'm pretty sure I kept it. If I do, I'll send it to you. But I was thinking that the cereal box meant like cereal killer. And then he had, hello?
Yes.
And then the quarter had Liberty on it. It was the Liberty side of the quarter. And I was saying, wait a minute, Liberty German? And then the cereal box, cereal killer, like some cryptic message. It was posted sometime in late in 2017. Are you familiar with that?
Well, now what I noticed and what I can get from this is because you know who BTK is?
Yeah.
Okay. He had did the same in one house that he had went in where he had raped and killed a woman, had made a bowl of cereal and left it out there fully, made. And he had did that. Oh. And the cops had looked at that. And because I don't know the time of the murder, like what time of day it was, but they did not assume that she had did that and that the killer had did that in regards to serial killer. You see where I'm at? Now, when he was arrested, and they asked him about that, he did come forward and say, yeah, I did do that for that reason. Now, on TB's Facebook page, now I didn't see a picture of a cereal box. Now, I may have missed that with the quarter, but I did see a post that he had made that had a nickel and then an upside down nickel. And the one nickel had Liberty on it. Now, in that post, he was talking about doing 55, I think, and driving and this and that. And it did have Liberty on it. And I think that I saved that picture back, but I didn't see the one with the cereal. Now, if he did have one with the cereal and a quarter that had Liberty on it, that would have been interesting to know. But I did check back through most of his Facebook when it was open. Last time I went there, I think it was still open, but they had killed off his friends. His friend thinks because they didn't want anybody to know who was on there so that they could reach him. You see where I'm at?
Yeah.
And that is why I am not reaching his wife. I am not reaching his brother. Because let me tell you, if he was my brother, a guy that went to church, a guy that was a preacher, and he did that to a woman and women down in a Catholic supply store, that right there would have just probably threw me overboard. If somebody that wasn't a cop called and asking about another murder, I probably would have cussed them out and sent them on their way. You see what I mean? And I respect that because, hey, they didn't do anything. They ain't got anything coming out of that. And I'm sure they don't want to answer questions on their close family member, regarding.
Right. Yeah, if I have the screenshot, I'll email it to you. I'm going to look for it.
I
saw it probably about 6 months ago, and but it was the quarter though, and with the name Liberty, which I thought was really, really odd.
Yeah, it really would be because the nickel had Liberty as well, and that would be kind of demonstrating the name Liberty.
Yeah, and sometimes these people want to, in a weird way, they kind of want to get caught, like they're giving clues and things, and maybe that's what he was doing. I don't know.
Maybe.
The murder in St. Louis, though, it seemed like he heard those women in the back, and that he did the same thing in Delphi. He herded those girls down, and kind of a similar MO in my mind.
Yeah, right, right.
And I think you're right on, man. You got to stay on this because they're getting off these tangents, and I think you're completely correct.
Now, if you look at Evansdale,
Yeah.
if you read on that, and they got a page, and I wish that I had gotten the link so I could just throw it up on here. But if you read that,
Mm-hmm.
he stopped there, and the two girls' bikes were parked at the entrance of that trail going around Myers Lake. Well, he got out of it. The person got out of their vehicle and started hiking the trail. Okay. Now, he
Right.
found them on the trail, and they know that because the girl's purse and her phone was left right there by the lake on the southeast corner, and their bikes were still there. So he got them back to his vehicle and in his vehicle. And that sounds to me, because she left her purse and her phone, that he got him there under an emergency, like by saying it was an emergency, or by they were alone and he walked up with a handgun. You guys got to come with me, because otherwise she would not have left her purse and her phone there. You see what I mean?
Right. No, that's a good point.
And that also says to me that he had a weapon that he would have used like that. And I know that my guy has a handgun, had a permit to carry. I believe that one was used in Delphi, and I as well believe that one was used in Evansdale in a similar way to abduct the girls.
Yeah, and if he did both of them, then again the serial killer aspect comes into it again. That he's done this before, and that he's involved in both of them.
Yeah,
Which I think he probably is.
You know what? That's a good point, because after Delphi, that would have been where it would have been serial.
Yeah, you're right.
That
would have been the next one.
Yep. Huh. So I mean, it could maybe in a way, and I'm just saying, providing that my suspect is the suspect in both cases, which I feel that he is, that that may have been Evansdale,
and
may have been his first one.
Right, that's true. It could have been more. And he has the same clothes. They find the same blue jacket under his house.
Yeah.
With the same hat.
Yeah. He was dressed like that when he killed the girl, when he killed the woman at the Catholic supply store. And I thought, what kind of idiot would do that?
I know.
It's just telling people, I'm that guy. I'm him.
Right. It's like broadcasting it in neon letters. But anyway, I wanted to
much for that.
Yeah, and keep on it. And I'm going to look for this the screenshot. I know I took a screenshot of it a while back, and I'll email it to you if I find it.
If you got that, man, I would be very happy to see that, because I don't think that I'd seen it before. Believe me, if I seen a picture of a cereal box, that would have been the very first thing that would have came to my mind. The very first thing. Because that is criminal behavior right there. Even the Liberty, and I thought that was kind of peculiar, but he was talking about driving 55, and he had a 5-cent piece and a 5-cent. Well, could play into that as well. All of them have Liberty on it, but.
True. But I'm very sure this one just had a quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been pretty telling. Yeah, if you find him. And how do you pronounce your last name, if I may?
Oh, it's Panic, like Panic.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking Kanash, and I was like, yeah, it don't look like Kanash. Well, it was nice speaking to you, sir. And I appreciate you calling in.
I'll hopefully talk to you again sometime, Mike.
Please do.
Have a good day.
And write me if you have any further questions, all right?
I will. I'll do that.
Peace. All right, people. That is going to wrap up my show. That wraps it up right there. So, everybody, I appreciate everyone being here this afternoon, and I'm glad I got this out to you. For everybody in the UK this time, I'm going to keep it at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Week. Be here. And I'll see you in my next video, everyone. Have a nice day. Oh, there it is. Have a nice day.